Hello and welcome again to another edition of Friday Afternoon Divrei Torah. In this week's Seder, we read about how Yaakov Avinu finally meets up with his brother Esav after many years, after over 20 years. And Esav wants to kill Yaakov, and Yaakov is able to pacify Esav and create a lasting peace with his brother. When we read about where Esav comes from, he comes from the land of Seir and the plains of Edom. Why is the land of Esav known as Seir and the plains known as the plains of Edom? So one of the commentator makes a very important remark. And he says Seir comes from the word Seyar. It comes from the word hair. And the word hair is there as a reminder. What is it meant to remind Esav of? It's meant to remind Esav of the time that Yaakov Avinu fooled his father. Yaakov Avinu went in to Yitzchak to get the blessings, and he knew that his hands weren't hairy enough, so he took goat skins with hair and he put them on his arms. And then when Yitzchak asked to feel Yaakov's arms, he feels them and he feels hairy. And he says, this must be Esav. And Esav thinks to himself, hair. Yaakov Avinu did me in by using hair. Edom is the other time that Esav felt done by Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu was cooking a lentil stew for Yitzchak. And Esav walks in and he's very tired and he says to Yaakov, I need some food. And Yaakov says, well, what will you give me for it? And Esav says, I'll give you the birthright for it. And Yaakov says, are you sure? Yes, I'll give you the birthright for it. What do I need this birthright for? Just give me this red stuff. And Yaakov gives him the red lentil soup. And Esav has it. And then Esav looks back and says, I did the worst deal. But he only realizes later. And he turns back and he says, Edom, red. That reminds me of the other time that my brother Yaakov Avinu did me in. And this is what Esav was trying to remember. He was using these names as reminders, as cues to say, I have a broigus, and I am not willing to get over that anger. I am not willing to look past what happened. We see the opposite is true with Binyamin. When Binyamin finally meets Yaakov Avinu, and he doesn't know yet that it is him. He doesn't know that it was Yosef, rather. It was his brother Yosef. And he's sitting next to Yosef in Mitzrayim. He's sitting there at the desk, and Yosef says to him, do you have any children? And Binyamin says, yes, I have 10 boys. And what are they called? And he starts telling him the names of his 10 children. And the names of his 10 children are culled from the fact that Binyamin never met his brother, and he missed his brother. So we can use names and we can use places as cues to keep an argument going, or we can use the same names as reminders of trying to make peace. We have to know and we have to realize how important it is to try to make peace. How important it is to try to extend and try to remember the right things and try to forget the wrong things. Don't keep an argument going. Don't make constant reminders of what people have done to you when it was wrong. Try to forgive and try to keep going. But make reminders of the important things. Make reminders of the fact that maybe if a parent has passed away and you name a child after that parent, that's a reminder forever of that parent. That's a positive reminder. Make reminders of good things that your spouse does for you, that your children do for you. Make reminders for yourself in being positive. We need enough positive cues. We don't need any extra negative cues. We have enough issues as is. So if we take this message to heart and try to make positive reminders and try to have the positive in life in mind, we'll all surely have a good Shabbos and a much easier life. I wish you all a very good Shabbos.